Sometimes when you go to the movies, the best part of going to the movies is the movie itself. This is not one of those times. Alien Romulus, was it a good movie? We'll get there eventually. As far as the actual experience of going there, which I say the experience was pretty good. Movie, we'll get there eventually. The experience,
one of those stories where the journey is
pretty
really
good.
the interesting part.
Yeah, it's not about where you get, it's how you got there. So that was the first part of the journey. You decide. It's just crazy how much your life can change in a matter of seconds. You decide to go the back roads, and you take it's a whole new life, right?
It's a whole new world.
We drove on the way there. It's you, it's me, it's little Michael, it's Patrick, right? It's Andrew.
Mm.
We get over there. We drive past like some, Latino festival. I don't know what it was. Very crowded. Smelled amazing. People were everywhere. Suspiciously, though.
It was
honestly, it's like we were driving.
Fiesta.
It was a fiesta, if there ever was one. All right. But then, I'll spoil it. On the way back, we met up with Lunchbox. I'm telling him, dude, we're going to smell some amazing food in a bit. We're going to see this huge festival. Gone. Completely. No remnants of it.
Quickest cleanup in the history of anything.
The lost colony of Roanoke.
Yeah.
But we get there. It's a nice drive. Me and Andrew decide, hey, it's Alien. We're at the beach, right? Why not take the most disgustingly gross tasting little chewy gummy ever? Little green squares with a hint, and I mean a hint, almost like a fucking spritz out of like the last spray from one of those little toppers. Mm-hmm. A little bit of lime. Like, oh, it's lime. Nope, it's not lime. It's actually gross skunky taste.
Did it taste like actual lime at all, or was it like artificial lime?
Definitely artificial.
Nice.
You had a hint.
Nice. That's so much better.
You had a hint of almost artificial lime, followed by the most overpowering marijuana skank imaginable.
Nice.
Different strokes for different folks, but I thought it was terrible.
Did he like them?
I don't know. He's a weirdo. I was like, this tastes like ass. He's like,
You just gotta get used to that.
Yeah, you gotta get used to it. But you're hilarious. I don't know. But no, then we get into the theater, and the best part about going to the movie theater, I'm sure all of you can relate, is when you get there and you're like, all right, cool, let's get to go up to a person and say what movie I want to go to, and then you're hit in the face with reality that the world we now somehow live in is where, well, no, they'll have a person standing in the general vicinity of where you would purchase a ticket, but no, it's way easier for you and everyone else if you just go to this stupid fucking kiosk screen, tap on a terrible touchscreen, because somehow in the last 30 years ago, touchscreens were introduced and we were all like, wow, that's some pretty cool fangled technology. That's pretty awesome. It's a little, sure, it's not the most responsive, but it'll get there eventually. And then 20 fucking years pass, and no, the screens are just bigger. They're not responsive at all. They're just a little bit bigger, and now they're a little clearer. So you get to the movie theater, and you get to go to the kiosk, which again, I am better than doing. I will not submit to this. So I find someone, hello. Yes, the person who works here, come assist me. Do what you must. And I usher them to do their jobs that they're being paid for. I know it's cool, leaning against the wall in case the building falls down.
That's
but I like to spend my money and see people work with it, I don't want to go to a restaurant and order one drink and the waitress is like, oh, well, my job is easy. No, I want to order 10 different drinks, okay? I want them running back and forth frequently, and very, very feverishly, okay?
Yeah, and you do this cute thing, too, like when you have your drink, you make sure you're finished by the time she comes back to take the order.
Yeah, see, I'm actually, it's not, me drinking as much as I do at dinner. Nothing to do with me liking what I'm drinking, nothing to do with how fast I'm drinking. It's all because I'm like, well, hey, the faster she comes here, the faster I have to finish this drink.
Yep.
You go to the movie theater, your stupid kiosk is there. I find the kiosk girl, and I wave her on. She comes over. I tell her, hey, maybe you should scan this coupon. Her eyes bug out of her head. No idea what's going on. She doesn't know which way is up, which way is down, which way is left, which way is right. She's like, oh my God, I work at a movie theater. Everything's completely discombobulated. So I hand it to her. She tries to decide to scan it after doing the whole funds. What if, you guys know how like the biggest problem going to movie theaters for years, since its inception, the biggest problem with a movie theater was you'd go into the place after buying a ticket and it's like, where do I sit? Thankfully now, not only do they have these kiosks to get your tickets, but no. You actually have to reserve your tickets. You have to tap the screen and be like, hey, I want to sit in this spot. Because when you walk into a movie theater, obviously, you look at the fucking floor and look at the seat number like you're in an actual venue. Because a movie theater is the same thing as a concert, right?
It's so stupid.
Because when I go to my local AMC, it's like, oh my God, guys, am I in MSG? You register your spots. You find... You reserve your seats. You know, they actually, this little fucking short nothing had the audacity to ask me, like, where do you want to sit? It's like, come on, this is a joke. I know it's a joke. You know it's a joke.
There's like only 3 people in here.
Just exactly, dude. When you go to a movie theater and it's fucking full, okay? When does that happen?
I went once.
And if it does, if I went to a movie theater and I'm like, wow, there's no seats, guess what? I'm not gonna be like, oh my god, I wish I reserved a seat. I'm gonna say, I guess I'm not watching the movie.
I would no, just go in the other theater.
I'm leaving. I guess I'm leaving. But not only is it never full, not only is it stupid, it's fun because it's been like this for a little while, and I've had my seats reserved, and I've never once sat in them. I've never attempted to sit in them. And the weirdest part is no one has ever come in there saying, "Hey, dude, you're in my seat."
Yo, what's the point of having the numbers?
And you know what it does too? It actually makes me second guess wanting to see the movie when I realize how little seats are reserved. I'm like, what is this? A fucking jerk off show? Am I a loser for going in here? Where's everybody? Now you're consciously reminding me that no one wants to see this piece of shit, Alien Romulus.
We should take that as a sign.
We get into the theater. She picks my seats for me. I pay for everyone's seats like the nice cordial guy I am, right? Like I said, I had this $50 coupon. It's already beneath me to get a coupon, but I thought, hey, you know what? I might as well use it. It's here. Why not? Mm-hmm. I'll make an exception. It's the movie theater, right? She can't scan the code. No part of her understands how to scan it. She's holding the paper up to it as if she thinks something different will change. I'm like, okay. You know what?
Was there even a scanner there? I thought
there was, but it wasn't. I don't know. She was all. I don't know if she worked there, to be fair. Okay. But I said, it's fine. Give me the coupon. I'll use that for the snacks since it's clearly not working over here. Thankfully, the cuter girl behind the counter doing the snacks, she was like, oh, a coupon. Yeah, I can scan that. No problem. She got it. She was like, oh, this makes sense. I scanned the barcode.
So cuter does mean smarter.
Cuter does mean smarter. Yes.
I always thought that.
9 times out of 10. Every once in a while, you get to find yourself with like this, the dumbest, but hottest slut. That's, a man only finds one of those maybe 3 times his entire life. That was that was me doing Sunny about how every man gets 3 loves.
I couldn't tell. So
I was unfortunate. I had all 3 of mine early in life. No, go to the snack counter, and I very clearly and evidently so say out loud for all to hear, including that random woman who was just showing her entire body in the. Remember that? Remember her?
See, I was waiting to get the point. I was going to bring that up. Actually, I've been waiting for that part of the story. Fucking this lady, guys. Let me tell you all y'all's listening right now.
Restart that.
All right, you just tell the story though.
No, you can say it, but don't do that. Just talk.
Why is it you can do voices and I can't do voices?
Because you're not confident enough to do voices.
This girl, I'm gonna tell you, right? This girl, okay?
That's not even. You're not even committed to that. It's not even. Nah, dude. No. Try again. 3rd time's a charm.
We're standing in line, waiting to use the payphone, and this girl is wearing a skin-tight, see-through white sweatery skirt combo thing with a fucking leopard print thong. And those bra cup things that just cup onto the nipple, or those are called. And she's just walking around chilling like it's fucking normal.
Yeah, with her little fucking freak of a boyfriend right next to her.
Yeah, dude, what was it, DJ Khaled? What the fuck was going on?
Dude, that guy must have had the best drugs. I like our drugs. He must have had the best drugs. And you're thinking, damn, this girl must have been gorgeous. No. Complete crackpot confessions. Bottom of the barrel, disgusting, nonsense, garbage, fucking... However, neck down...
Yeah, that's pretty cool. That was really cool, actually.
Whatever amazing drugs he had, I think they were also the bad kind of drugs. Because her face couldn't handle it. Her body could handle it. Her face could not handle it. But yeah, I don't know. I felt like, while it was fun...
And they weren't seeing Alien Romulus, unfortunately.
No, I think they were seeing that Blake Lively domestic abuse movie.
Oh, okay.
Weird foreshadowing, I guess. Maybe it was a first date. He's like, I want to set the tone here. But honestly, if it was a first date and she's wearing that, I don't know what kind of guy she's trying to attract, all right? It was a little much for a movie theater. Did I look?
It's also like 4 o'clock on a Saturday. Who the hell is dressed like that 4 o'clock on a Saturday?
In an AMC.
Exactly. That's 9 o'clock.
Have a little respect, all right? Yeah. This isn't, we're not in Regal, okay? We're in AMC. Stop. But no, I go to the line. I talk to the cuter girl, and she gives me my snacks. And I say out loud to everybody, hey, boys, right? Mike, Jake, Andrew, Robbie. I'm grabbing popcorn and drinks for everybody. So what does Andrew do immediately?
Goes to the other
Walks to the other person and is like, hey, can I get popcorn and a drink? I'm like, Andrew, what did I just say to you? He's like, huh? He turns over. He's like, oh, okay. Now, I will give him credit where credit's due. He does decide, you know what, let me pivot. He doesn't crumble under the pressure, all right? He stands there tall and he says, you know what, you're right. Scratch the popcorn and the drink. Just grab me some Twizzlers. I'm like, okay, you know what? Good thinking, Andrew. I didn't even think about getting candy.
Yeah, that's pretty baller.
So then, since I made fun of Andrew a little bit, I might as well make fun of Jake a little bit. We then go over to one of the best parts of going to the movie theater. You get to see sodas you don't even get to see in the store.
Yeah.
You tell me a Coca-Cola soda fountain that I can touch the screen? That screen's a lot more responsive than the movie theater one.
That fucking screen though.
Well, guess what, Robbie?
What the shit is that
Guess
about?
what, Robbie? Guess what, Robbie?
What, Alex?
Guess what, Robbie?
What, Alex?
I didn't fucking order Dr. Pepper. I didn't even notice. That wasn't what I was getting.
Well, that's what I wanted, and I couldn't fucking get it.
So what did you get?
I had to settle for a Coke Vanilla Cherry.
It's not a bad one.
No, it's pretty fucking.
That's pretty
great.
solid. Now I don't know what Mike got actually at all. You have any idea?
Piss.
That's interesting.
It was just piss. Piss straight out from Ecuador. It was shipped in.
All right, so Mike got piss. Robbie got vanilla cherry Coke. I'm almost certain Andrew got root beer.
No, he got what I got, I think, because he commented on me again. He's like, "Oh, it's fucking awesome, Robbie." So
maybe he got that then. Maybe he got vanilla. Okay, fine. I know I got root beer.
Oh,
I got the vanilla root beer.
That's awesome, actually.
Which is pretty sweet because you go to the store and you're like, oh my god, I can get A&W.
Was it Barg's vanilla?
No, it was A&W with vanilla.
Oh, I like my idea better.
Which is crazy because A&W in general is with a hint of vanilla, but this is this extra vanilla on top of it?
Is it extra vanilla on top of it?
It tasted like it. It was good.
Yeah.
So that's what I got, right? Let's just clarify again. 4 normal drinks. 2 cherry vanilla Cokes, a vanilla root beer, a bottle of piss, and what does Jake get?
Oh, I remember.
0 sugar diet purple Powerade.
What? What a lunatic.
With extra ice. And I said to him, dude, what the fuck are you getting? That tastes like ass. He's like, yeah, I hate it.
Why did he do that?
He's an idiot.
Because
he's a moron. I don't tell you. He's like, oh yeah, I guess I don't know. Maybe it was like a caloric thing where he was like, I shouldn't have this. I shouldn't have the extra sugar. And it's like, dude, the amount of alcohol you're about to consume, I think you can spare having a soda right now.
What a fucking noob.
So then we walk into the theater.
Oh, hold on. So we're making fun of everybody. I asked Mike to help me out. I was like, I'll put the butter in the popcorn. You take care of the salt. So he's like, let me just pour half the fucking container of salt.
Oh my
on top
god,
of
that son of a bitch.
It was disgusting.
I forgot about that. Mike handed me the popcorn and said, yeah, there's going to be a little salt. And I said, that's fine. I said, I like salt. I mean, obviously I want salt in the popcorn. It's fine.
Obviously you want salt, but not that much.
And then he's like, okay, good, because that's salt. And I said, okay, I get it. You put extra salt on it. And he was like, yeah, extra salt. Then you ate it. And it was no popcorn, only salt.
It was disgusting.
Well, the guy's a goddamn psycho.
The fucking salt fell into the
too
butter
much responsibility.
And the salt expanded. There's no butter. It was just salted fucking popcorn.
Dude, yeah, my popcorn had no butter on it. It only had salt.
Dude, I drizzled it so nicely. I was like, this looks like what you see in the pictures.
It doesn't even make sense because that's not at all. Mike's the kind of guy to make a nice sandwich for himself. To cut the things. Apparently, he just hates popcorn, I guess. So then we go to the theater, and somehow, even though you and Andrew... Was it you and Andrew or you and Mike who explicitly said all of Friday night while we were drinking how we're going to go to the theater tomorrow and you're going to sit side by side so you don't get too nervous. You don't want to get too nervous with each other and you want to hold each other's hands.
No, see, I was a bit of a whore. Apparently, I promised to sit next to Mike the whole time, but then I promised Andrew at another occasion I'd hold his hand.
Wow.
I was really
so you're going to go, you're telling me you're going to Kristen Stewart on the road them?
Yeah, apparently
that's
my
fucking,
goal.
Is that what happened? I'll spoil alert for everyone listening. On the ride back, I tailed it back with lunchbox, so I didn't go in the car with you guys. Did you guys fucking fool around in the car?
No, dude, I was driving.
And you tell me Andrew was blowing you, giving you roadhead while you were driving?
No, it was Mike.
Mike was in the back seat, leaning forward into the front seat to blow you?
Yeah, dude, you didn't notice him going in the center?
That's crazy.
He was blowing me in, Andrew.
That's outrageous. That's ridiculous, actually, frankly.
That's why I didn't use my blinker at first.
Like, oh my god, dude! Oh my, what are you doing? Oh my god, what feels fucking feel? Oh my god, whoa! You're really good at that. When we walk in, keep in mind, I know I was a while ago and with me talking, but I did mention right before we pulled into the parking lot, we saw Jake got there 5 minutes early. He came late, right? He wasn't driving with us. When we pull into the parking lot, we take the edible.
Okay, yeah, gotcha.
We walk into the theater, get the tickets, get the snacks, walk into the actual theater, right? That's maybe 8 minutes time passed.
Yeah.
Somehow, when we're walking in, I say to Andrew, because he's like kind of just being a little goofball already. Like,
that's probably why he went to order popcorn immediately
yeah,
after
instantly.
you said popcorn.
So I was like, hey, you feeling it? He's like, oh yeah, big time.
Dude, he's such a tool.
I have no idea how, because we just took it. But we go into the theater, and somehow when we go into the theater, we end up in the weirdest possible formation of seating arrangement of any scenario I could have ever conceived. You could have given me countless opportunities, an actual seating chart and everything. I could have taken advantage of the stupid, pick your seats reserving nonsense. Okay, I could have assigned names to everything. And I never would have thought the seating order would have been Mike on the end, then Jake, then Andrew, then me, then you.
Because fucking...
Andrew, the biggest guy in the middle, like the little girl. That's odd.
Yeah, that was weird.
You and Mike, the smallest guys, being in the bookends. That was weird.
Dude, Andrew and Jake did this weird thing where they're like, we're tall, so we have to stand next to each other the entire time.
They always do that.
Theater. So that's why the whole scene got all fucked up. And then Mike thinks he's tall, so he's like, I gotta hang out with the tall kids. And they walked into the fucking theater like, we're the tall kids, motherfuckers. And that's why I fell into the back.
I don't know, man.
I don't have that kind of inflated ego.
I don't know. You were the guy who, when you hugged Andrew hello, you were like getting on your tiptoes.
Yeah,
talking about
that was
it.
emasculating. I forgot that even happened, so thank you.
That was me standing up for my buddy Mike. I was like, yo, you can't attack Mike now. All of a sudden, I get to make fun of Mike. You don't get to make fun of Mike, all right?
What the fuck kind of shit is that?
We get into the theater. We're sitting there in the weird configuration. Now you're thinking, will this fucking guy finally tell me about Alien Romulus? I've been listening for 15 fucking minutes. The thumbnail didn't mention anything other than Alien Romulus. Sure. I don't know what happens, So you go into the movie theater. I'm finally going to talk about Alien Romulus. But before I can do that, you have to realize the fact that when you get to a movie that says it starts at 4 o'clock, and when you arrive at 4:05, you're thinking, "Oh my gosh, I gotta catch my flight. I gotta get in there." When you then get in there at 4:15, and you still have to sit through 15 fucking minutes of previews until 4:30 for the 4 o'clock showing, because apparently the trains aren't on time. 15 minutes of terrible credits, or 15 minutes of terrible previews, then play, then the movie starts. Is it one of those movies that just instantaneously really grabs you and pulls you in? No, it's not actually.
Not really.
Do I remember what happened at all in the first 15 minutes? Other than I was like, wait, I thought Isabella Merced was the main. Who's this chick?
You really thought she? I didn't think she was the main chick at all. I forgot she was even in the fucking when we got in there. When she was like, "Oh hey, I'm her friend," I was like, "I forgot you're in this."
I don't know. The movie, it opens up on some stupid planet with a bunch of dumb kids who are all like vaguely sound like they're kind of all sound and look like they're from New Zealand, but none of them actually are. That was confusing for me. That took me out of the movie for a while. I was like, wait, there's aliens and what?
Yeah.
What mining planet is this?
Exactly. Who cares about the mining planet? I thought it was an alien movie. Hi ho, hi ho.
I'm trying to think about the movie for a second. I can't think of anything about it. It's boring as hell.
It was fucking 35 minutes, so we gotta steal these fucking.
Well, yeah, it was 30 minutes. So okay, yeah. Okay. The first 30 minutes of the movie is kind of some nonsense where they're on the stupid planet. Fede Alvarez thought, what if we really shed a light on this whole, corporate greed thing where we have, this, this girl who we don't know, we don't care, we don't really know anything about. She's, about to get off of this vague mining planet. And then when she goes there, the company's going to be like, oh, shit, let me fix that. You actually owe us more hours. Okay, so then I guess you're right. I guess she has to go find her random friends and these space pirates and go into space and aboard the Nostromo that no one else seems to be interested in, that's colliding with this planet right now, that no one else seems to know about. No one in the planet who actually has money and freedom and influence. They're not like, hey guys, what's that? For some reason, these weird little fucking rats, these sewer rats, they're all like, yeah, me and my friends, we got a spaceship and we're gonna take it on up. Okay, for what? You're gonna steal the Nostromo? No, we're gonna break into a very specific part of it that happens to have these cryogenic sleep chambers, and we're gonna escort those back. All right, that should be easy. You'd think, but it turns out they actually don't have the fucking cryogenic splooge that they require.
Oh yeah,
splooge? Yeah. They don't have a cryogenic splooge. So we're gonna have to go find that. And thankfully for the point of this movie, that cryogenic fucking splooge is in a room full of facehuggers. So now we get to do whoa. What do you mean a room full of? I've only ever seen one at a time in an alien movie. This movie, you just see 40 at a time. The movie's really boring. It's really, really boring. They kind of walk around for a bit. They talk. Who are the characters? I don't know. There's a girl. There's her robot friend. There's her ex-boyfriend, I think. His sister, who's pregnant. You're thinking, wow, pregnant in an alien movie. What will that mean? Trust me, you'll find out. You're thinking that's just gotta be some, non sequitur. That's just some, random. It's completely inconsequential to the story.
I thought that was fluff dialogue.
Not in an alien movie. It'd be impossible to have a woman being pregnant in an alien movie just for fluff. And then besides that, there's this annoying pilot. Sure. And then some random guy who's friends with.
Dude, that guy was the fucking worst.
The one who was the bully.
The bully guy was just so obnoxious for just obnoxious sake. Yeah,
this is, I guess, jumping a little bit ahead as far as plot goes, but I couldn't tell. I don't know. Maybe I have some sort of Neanderthal brain where I can't I see a guy give a look to a girl and they kind of embrace their hands. I guess they're together. And then 5 minutes later, he looks at the other girl. And does the same thing. Okay, I guess they're together. And then 10 minutes later, it seems like he's not with either of them. So is that annoying bully guy? Is he with Isabella Merced? Is he with the pilot? Because he seems to think he's with both of them and neither of them at the same time.
Yeah, I thought actually that there was a hint that he was the guy that knocked up.
I thought so too, but then he seemed to be real buddy with.
Exactly.
So I don't know what happens. Okay, Andy, Andy the droid in the movie, he's terrible until he gets to be awesome, like Alpha Andy. Yeah, when he gets the company initiative put into him, he actually becomes cool, starts chasing after them, and he opens the door and everything. This movie actually might go somewhere.
Yeah, I got really excited.
It might go somewhere, okay? And then they start killing people too. So this is actually really going somewhere. They're killing people off. Mm-hmm. This Andy guy suddenly isn't the worst character in the movie. He went from being fucking worst to first.
Yeah.
Really quickly. Just a little upgrade. And the upgrade even looked cool. The whole looking up at the sky and freezing with his eyes rolling back.
That's probably the only cool part of the entire movie.
Was it confusing? Because why? Yeah, I don't understand that point at all. You're telling me we have humanoid robots who look like that, and we still have dial-up.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Absolutely ridiculous. It should be instantaneous. Okay, I get infuriated today in 2024 that an iPhone update takes 12 hours sometimes. Okay.
Even with the fucking technology, it's like the computer she was changing her hours on back and forth. What was that? The original Apple Mac? And then they had the miners actually had a fucking canary to bring down. You guys still use canaries if you can go down there?
What else would they use, Robbie?
I don't know, but it's
the future. What else would they use?
I don't know. Maybe an Android canary. So you have to kill I don't know. They have Androids too.
You know what? Canaries don't have reboot times, Robbie.
You're right.
It's much more efficient. So then, Andy becomes actual Alpha Andy for a good portion of the movie.
Yeah.
And during that part of the movie, it's pretty cool. He's being a little more relentless. He's like, Isabella Merced shows up after getting smacked around like this alien really hates her, throwing her all over the place. She runs to the door and she's begging them to let her in. And Andy's like, you know what? That's actually a terrible fucking idea.
It wants us to do that.
I guess, sure, maybe the company is a little selfish, but in actuality, I think he's kind of right here. Yeah, maybe we don't open the door, especially when he hypothesizes that the alien's waiting for him. And after he says that out loud, they're all like, hold on a second, let's including Isabella Merced. She just kind of casually looks over her shoulder like, wait, is the alien just watching? Wow, it is. Look at that. I guess you're right. You shouldn't open the door. Unfortunately, Mr. Commando G.I. Joe, the one who is, I guess, the ex-boyfriend of the main character. I guess I'm supposed to believe. No, it's not my brother.
No, fucking
Isabella Merced's his brother. Yeah. I guess I'm supposed to believe that there's romantic chemistry between these two. I don't know. It came to me much more like, oh, you little fucker, you.
Yeah, exactly.
But he doesn't open the door. She gets stabbed.
Also, I thought through the fucking heart.
Right through. But you knew immediately right then and there because earlier they mentioned she's pregnant. You don't mention it in the first act. You're not going to show it in the third act.
Such a good point, man.
So I was like, all right, she's obviously not that. She's going to be in some weird cocoon. Turns out, spoiler alert, she's in some weird cocoon.
Yeah, speaking of the weird cocoon, this movie I feel was probably the grossest alien.
We'll get there. What happens next? Her brother's all like, God damn you, Andy! God damn you! And he's like, hey, man, it's not best for the company. And this is the point where our main character, whatever the hell her name is, she says, Andy, what's your main objective? And he's like, I have a new objective now. I care about the company. And was it cool? No, but I was really glad for him to put her in her place. That was cool. That was awesome. Was the dialogue cool? No, not in that scene or any other scene in this entire movie. Did it look really good? Yeah. Was the sound design phenomenal? Sure.
Yeah.
Did the jump scares get everyone? A little bit.
Yeah, a couple.
The first jump scare, everyone except for Jake jumped up through our seats, through the ceiling, into the sunlight.
Yeah, we all had our human cutouts.
It was ridiculous. Yeah,
through the cartoons.
Every subsequent jump scare, no one jumped except for Andrew.
Yeah.
And every time, dude, his giant ass self is sprawling over both sides of the fucking chair. His arms leaning into me, his thighs touching me. We're getting intimate unintentionally.
Uh-huh.
And every time he jumps, it's like, okay, I'm not jumping and I'm not even reacting, but it's fucking bothering me, okay? You're rubbing into me more and more.
Probably ruining any bit of high that's kicking in for you at this point.
Well, it must have been great for him because, again, he said immediately he was feeling it. I didn't feel anything about 45 minutes of the fucking movie. And when I did start feeling it, it was just much more just like, oh, yeah, that's kind of nice. But he was like, yo. So he was going off about it.
Dude, he probably thought he was in the movie and the alien was chasing him.
He was honestly so high. I said to him right when we walked in there, I'm going to have to dog me some of those Twizzlers. Great idea, man. And he's like, oh, yeah, once it starts. And I thought, all right, that's reasonable. After the trailer is, yeah, sure. Then the movie starts, and he still doesn't open that pack of Twizzlers. I'm thinking, all right, maybe he means like once the title card comes on. He kind of wants to get into the movie, doesn't want to, go through it too fast. Okay, title card comes through the movie. Guy still doesn't open the Twizzlers. I'm like, I lean over him. You gonna open the Twizzlers soon? He's like, oh, yeah. Okay, 45 fucking minutes go by. I can't have it anymore. I finally say, hey, open the Twizzlers. He's like, oh, good idea. He opens the Twizzlers. I take 5 of them, thinking there's no way I'm ever getting these back again.
Smart. Also, thanks for offering me 0.
Dude, it's a dog-eat-dog world.
I the fucking credits.
Maybe you should have sat next to Andrew like you were supposed to.
I'm glad I didn't. To be banging into it 30 fucking seconds.
He doesn't even, I don't think he ate a single Twizzler the rest of the movie. I don't even know if he took one out of the bag right then and there when I did. I think he just put it right back in his pocket and went back to watching the movie. This interesting movie. What happens? They run through the spot with the crabs. You leave to go take like the 12th piss of the day, and Jake's like, did Robin just fucking leave again?
What do you mean again? I left once.
You left during the trailers to piss.
Oh, yeah, you're right.
Then you left
Who cares about the
20
trailers?
minutes into the movie to go pee again.
Whatever, guys. You guys are a little too concerned.
And Jake leaned over and he's like, was he going for the world record?
Yeah, you guys got me. I'm going for the world record.
So the movie continues on, unfortunately, right? What's going on? I don't know. They're running from these face huggers. Andy's really cool. This G.I. Joe guy's kind of lame. They then come across a random room with these awesome, auto-locking aimbot guns.
Those things are fucking sick.
They're cool. I wonder if this is going to bail out the main character who has no gun experience in some way.
Yeah, but it was so dumb. Andy's like, yeah, I don't know why you're training her. Don't even attempt to shoot these. It'll disrupt the pressurized.
Yeah, thankfully, Andy was entirely wrong about that.
But why even say it if it's not even going to come into play whatsoever? We have to introduce that she's pregnant to bring that up again. But Andy's going to give some bullshit about the cabin pressure, which means nothing.
Robbie, it's an hour and a half long movie. Man, people got to say something sometimes, all right?
Yeah, you're right. I forgot.
So then he goes in this little space spot, and they're talking about, hey, look, here's this little injection needle thing. And by the way, when I started talking about this movie, I entirely forgot this subplot happened.
Yeah.
Okay, which is crazy because of the whole third act. But the whole third act's so stupid, it escapes me.
It sucked.
What happens? They watch this little, Epcot. You go in there, and Walt Disney's like, hello here. Welcome to the future. And he explains how we have this new fucking stupid virus from, what's the name of the company?
Wayland, I think.
Wayland, there's 2 words. Wayland Tiani or something like that?
Wayland Corporation Enterprises, Industries. Stark Industries,
right?
It's called.
So when I said when I said there's a second last name involved in it, like Wayland Tiani or whatever, you were like, he means incorporated or company or enterprise.
Dude, I blocked that out because that's not true.
Whatever the company's name is, all right.
I also think I'm getting confused with Wallace Corp, which I'm pretty sure is Blade Runner.
I think you're thinking of Royco.
That's not what I'm thinking of.
So they watch this presentation where this scientist guy explains that we've gotten the right genome and we've put it into this serum, and if you pop this serum, you get healed. Look at this dead rat. Look at this little stupid hamster.
Was he just fucking squash the motherfucker?
Yeah, they're like, what if we crush it? Animal cruelty. Wow, that's disgusting. And then what if we just reanimate it? That's also immoral and a sin. Congratulations, guys. You've now committed 2 of the worst possible things you could ever do. Okay? You've interfered with God's plan twice, you sinful bastards, you. So then, the thing comes back to life, and our main characters thankfully walk away immediately with that information.
Yep.
Instantaneously, all they like, wow, it works? Oh, that's great. And they walk away. Thankfully, because right afterwards, of course, it shows this actually didn't work. Now the rat's this weird mutated freak.
But
and thankfully, when they walked away from the TV screen with the broadcast, they're like, all right, cool. No need to actually check that thing over there. And they didn't walk past the giant crushed mutated monster.
The giant crushed mutated monster was literally right next to the TV. You have to look far. Its fucking weird leg was touching the TV, and they're just
I can understand. Maybe Andy felt it was best for the company to not point it out.
Yeah.
But I don't understand how the 2 human people with eyes and you know what humans really have. The interesting thing about humans' eyes is they kind of tend to wander when you're in the room.
They also see things.
They see things too, and they have this thing called peripheral vision.
They pick up on details.
Somehow, though, our 2 main characters, when they're supposed to root for, they're like, I don't see anything. They walk out of the place. Then main character, they basically walk into one room, and then the movie's like, oof, we don't have a lot of time left. All right, let's get into this. They go to walk. They decide to walk 5 feet. Like, oh my gosh, this is an alien nest. We can't go here. They turn around. The second they turn around, Isabel Merced, she's not dead. She starts screaming. Her brother takes off after her with no plan. Gets there, panics, stares at her, says, this is my sister. What do I do? Our main character has to come over there. She has to help cut her out. And then immediately,
Also,
1,000 aliens are here.
how did he... Dude, they were nowhere near her. And he just heard like this little faint whisper, that's my sister. And then he ran down a fucking football field and then got to her.
Yeah.
That was nuts. When you said he found his sister, I was like, wait, when did he find his sister?
Yeah.
This movie's really...
He was running, like, I want to be an airborne ranger. And charged and got her.
Here, then also there's 17 fucking aliens.
Then there's 17,000 aliens.
And 9 trillion face huggers.
And they're suddenly surrounded, but thankfully they only pick up the last piece of dead weight in the group. Isabel Merced, she saved, which was obvious because it's like, again, I haven't seen anyone in this cast before. I've seen her.
Yeah.
I know who's not dying first. This isn't Scream. This isn't Drew Barrymore. You're not tricking me. You're not that smart. This movie sucks.
That's a good point.
So I know she's gonna live, which means, addition by subtraction, we can't have 4 people running around the ship.
Yeah, that's a good point.
They're not gonna kill the main character. They're not gonna kill the android. I think G.I. Joe's gotta go. What happens? He gets picked up. He immediately decides, wow, everything that Andy guy just said to me about how if I shoot this gun, it'll blow up the whole ship. Fuck it. I don't care that my sister is right. Fuck it. And he immediately gets ready to go. But I think he gets stopped because the alien says, you're a little bitch, and pokes him through the eye. Yeah. That was awesome, all right? Not only was it a cool death, it was awesome seeing that guy finally die. Then we have Isabel Merced and Andy and, again, whatever the main character's name is, whoever wasn't Millie Bobby Brown.
Let's call her Ellen Ripley.
When they thought, no, that'd be all, I wish it was. And also, spoiler alert, they don't have a single callback to Ellen Ripley. They don't talk about Ellen Ripley. There's no voice. There's nothing. There's nothing at all. Okay, she didn't leave a video. Nothing. There's nothing. There's nothing. There's nothing. No, Alex. Surely there. No. There's not. There's nothing. Why didn't they just take the alien isolation story about her daughter? I don't know.
Yeah, considering the the movie looked exactly like the game.
Ridiculous. Nevertheless, living in the past is the new generation. They then proceed to, go to get away, and Isabella Merced's there, and she's all like, hey, guys, I'm not feeling too well. So they say, okay, well, we could inject her with this thing. I guess I actually am backtracking. Her brother actually tried doing this earlier before he got killed. He's like, let's stab her. We'll give it a little jab. And he's like, Andy, what are the chances it'll work? And Andy, cold-blooded killer that he is, this is Alpha Andy. This is the company man, Andy. Yeah. He's like, 25%? That's it? He's like, I guess, yeah.
That's best case scenario.
Maybe. I don't. It could be 0. What do you mean it could be 0, Andy? It might be. I have no idea. Then they go to do it, but thankfully not Millie Bobby Brown, right? Because again, the call sheet definitely said, guys, let's get Millie Bobby Brown. And they're like, oof, bad news. She's making Damsel for Netflix. She actually can't be in this piece of shit either. She has to do that piece of shit. They're like, all right, fine. We'll cast this other girl no one's ever heard of. I guess that works too. So she gets in there and she says, you know what, guys? 25% chance odds actually aren't that good. She thankfully stops them from using the injection. Then Isabel Merced has the little ping thing still, her little EpiPen. And her friend escape, and Andy's like chilling, and she gets up there, and I think this is the part where she falls on the top and there's all this nonsense with like blah, 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 right?
Yep, that part.
Shooting. And I don't remember which part happens. I'll just arbitrarily say it. At some point, either before this scene or after this scene, they decide to do the whole gravity thing on and off where she's shooting the gun and it turns out it doesn't blow up the ship and she shoots the aliens and there's just a stupid fucking pus of poison and acid and it's flinging around like when you see the asshole astronauts in the space station with the fucking, look at me make a peanut butter and jelly sandwich. Look how the jam's floating.
That's exactly what it
all this stupid, dumb, zero gravity nonsense. The thing that the original alien movie didn't even think about, including like, no, what if they're just walking normally the whole time? Because who really cares? It's like, yeah, it's in space, but it's about more the, we're in this little tiny spaceship. So at some point in the movie, she flies around the stupid acid scene and she shoots a gun, bloody fucking blah. And later on in the movie, she's in the elevator shaft and the Predator gets her and he's like, wait, no, I shouldn't.
Predator gets her.
The Xenomorph. Who gives a shit? The alien gets her. All right, the movie sucks. There should have been. I would have rather seen a Predator movie, honestly. Okay.
Sick. Yeah, it's gonna,
at least Predator movies, when they're bad, they're still pretty good. Alien movies, when they're bad, they fucking suck. Okay.
And gross.
I don't know how Fox managed to pull that one off. Like, well, yeah, sure, we'll make one good Predator movie and 2 good Alien movies, and everything else will suck. But at least the Predator ones will have a little bit of charm to them. What about the Alien ones? No, they're gonna be terrible. So the Predator, like I said, gets her, and they're thinking, gosh, can he just fucking kill her already? Just the only person who's interesting is Andy. Let Andy survive and kill everyone else, please. But no, it stares at her just for about 10 minutes till you're like, okay, what's the point? 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 And you say, oh my God, there's a face hugger. Okay, he wants to impregnate her too. Finally, thank God. But because of that, it gave just enough time for Andy to decide, you know what? I'll save her. And he jumps down and he cartoonishly rides to the bottom of the floor shooting at it. And he's like,
Mr. Freeze style.
Yeah, exactly, Mr. Freeze. He lands on top of it and he's like, all right, I'm going to shoot it now. And what does he say?
Stay away from you, bitch.
Bitch. And the whole crowd erupts and everyone starts throwing popcorn in the air. And we're like, yeah. No one responded at all, okay? When I saw it in the theaters, okay? The dumb little fucking jokes where the asshole fucking piece of shit from Stranger Things, Finn Douchehard, when he like flips off wherever he flips off, everyone in the theater was like, ah, ha, 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 and cracked out laughing hysterically. This movie kicks ass. In this scene, nothing happened at all. No one responded to it. Everyone thought it was dumb. You felt the fucking bile coming up to everyone's roof of the mouth in the theater collectively, which is when I threw my hands in the air and started cheering.
Yeah, you really actually did the popcorn.
I did do it the right way. I committed to the bit. And then Jake was just laughing because of how stupid this movie is because it's the dumbest scene imaginable.
And the movie kept feeling like it was going to get good. Like any minute now it's going to be a good movie.
And you kept thinking in the back of your head, this guy did the 2013 Evil Dead movie.
Yeah.
And that movie also had only one good actor in it surrounded by a terrible fucking cast of idiots.
You know what? This movie actually, though, even though this cast kind of sucked, this cast was significantly better than the
dude.
fucking movie.
Everyone in that movie, not my queen, Jane Levy, not the love of my life, Jane Levy. Everyone else, though, oh my God, that asshole who played her brother with the spiky hair, he was in a battle with that jerk off with the long blonde hair. See, who can be worse?
I know, dude, fucking, took the words out of my mouth, dude.
And also, I guess Fede Alvarez, is that his name?
I think so.
It's close enough.
Sounds about right.
Make a better Alien movie, I'll be more confident what your name is.
Yeah.
I would have stood behind the thing like, wow, who directed this? Wow. Not like I got out of here. In that movie, too, everyone's character motivations were stupid. In this movie, everyone's character motivations and actions were stupid. Also, throwback to earlier, let's jump back a little bit. It's a little out of sequence. The part where the asshole bully guy decided to scream, he put the cattle prod into the fucking alien and just started screaming while pressing a button. Yeah. That was ridiculous. His death was stupid. He's terrible. I hope it never works again, okay? I hope everyone in this movie, minus Andy, never gets a job in Hollywood, all right? Don't wish that upon someone that's bit. No. Nothing would make me happier than to see their IMDb credits end there.
Speaking of, since we backpedal a little bit, we also have to mention that the cool X-ray gun. At the one
also amounted to nothing. That scene was kind of cool. The most annoying character of the annoying characters was the pilot, and she was like, "Oh my God, let me scan my body for a bit."
She's on the poster of the movie.
Yeah, she had 3 lines of dialogue.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. She had about the same size part as Bruce Campbell did in the Evil Dead remake.
Yeah. And also, dude, the fucking what's it
chest
called?
Burster.
Chest burster comes out of her chest, and it's like, could that thing have been any lazier?
Yeah.
I think it was like, oh God, do I have to get up already?
I know, it was sleepy. It was a sleepy little guy.
The first minute, that thing explodes out, and he goes, "Hello, my baby."
Maybe you know what? I bet if we were talking to the idiot, showboy director himself, he'd be like, "Guys, I don't know where he's from. Probably doesn't like that at all." He'd be like, "Guys, you're missing the point." When they froze the thing, so it was like almost dead. It was waking up again.
You know what, dude? I think you're giving a little bit too much credit.
Yeah, no way. If the movie was this shitty, he thought of that. Only I thought of it now, making fun of him.
But that sounds pretty.
But yet I'm the guy in a podcast in his basement in New Jersey talking about this, and he's the guy making $1 million movies. I don't get it either. Then, so what? Isabel Merced and not Millie Bobby Brown, they go up in the elevator together, and Isabel Merced admittedly seems kind of perfectly fine for getting stabbed through the heart. Yeah. I guess, there's nothing as strong as a mother's love for her child, because she's really just seems like she's fine. Mm-hmm. It seems like she's really not that fish. Like, it happens all the time.
It's just a flesh wound.
Then, for some reason, not Millie Bobby Brown says, you know what? Even though you just both made it out of here, I'm going to go back, and I'm going to go find Andy, who has been nothing but a psychopath for the last little while, because he's got this new upgrade thing. And yeah, sure, it's almost guaranteed death down there, and you're not in the best of shape, but I trust you can do this by yourself. You can do this by yourself, right? Isabella Merced stupidly enough, says, "Trust, girl, I got you. Go find your friend." And she immediately lets her go.
I mean, in defense, though, she has to just let the elevator finally fit. She's already in the elevator. It's already going up. She just has to let it stop and walk out 10
And then
feet.
walk to the... Yeah, that's all she has to do,
She
right?
have to do a lot.
Now, she seems pretty okay. But for some reason, the second not Millie Bobby Brown leaves, what does she do? She immediately takes that 25% chance and says, fuck it, let's do it. And she injects herself. Now, the weird part is we watched the footage of the rat inject itself. And I know, sure, you're thinking, guys, the physiology of a rat versus a woman is very different. Okay.
No,
sure.
That robot guy from the first
told us
movie
it was
said
actually
that the DNA super close.
It wasn't actually that far apart, but just for some reason, different reaction times. I guess she takes it, and I guess she's fine for the next 40 minutes while Millie Bobby Brown goes back down there and gets her friend and brings it back up to the top.
I think it's because they didn't squish her first. She didn't get completely
True.
annihilated. The flat
Oh, that's actually true. You're right. She wasn't killed and then injected. She was just dying. You're right. Maybe that's fair. All right, we'll give Fetty a point back there. I have an issue, though, with, again, her seeing that she's perfectly fine and then just deciding, you know what, now that she's gone, I might as well try this thing. I guess she likes to chase the high. She's like, maybe it feels good. Maybe it's like a epidural. It'll feel great. It wasn't. She turns into this weird, disgusting monster, I guess. But she then, not Millie Bobby Brown, gets Andy, comes back up. The aliens chase her some shit. They go back in there. And I kind of thought throughout the whole entire movie because, again, Isabella Merced is the only person who is an actress. And you're thinking, no. These people have acted in things before. It's like, no, guys, you don't get to call yourself an actor or an actress until I know who you are. That's actually the benchmark for everybody because I know every actor and every actress ever. So if I don't know you, you're not one of those people.
That's such a good point.
So I kept thinking, all right, well, we can't have two finals girl in a movie. That doesn't make sense. You're not going to have two final girls, right? So I kept thinking, obviously, they're going to kill not Millie Bobby Brown, and Isabella Merced will become the final girl.
That would be pretty cool.
That isn't the case. She really was the definition of live to die another day, except for in this case, it was like 25 minutes later. So we went through this entire thing. Also, let's think about the rationale thought here in Isabella Merced's pretty little head, right? And I get it. You're very good looking. You got a nice voice. You got a great smile. You never had to think too much, I guess, right? Cool hair. Love the curls. But your brother died to save you. He was alive. He was living his best life. He's back with his girlfriend. They're going through a hard time. It pushed them inevitably closer together. They're going to go on some journey together. It's going to be great. He chose to give that up to save you and your sorry ass, right? On top of that, you have a baby in your womb. And you're thinking, hell, 25% chance in, 25% chance. And, well, sure, will it, possibly make my brother's death mean nothing? Will it possibly kill me? Will it possibly kill my child? Fuck it. 25% chance. Who's not going to take those odds?
If there's even a 0.1% chance, I'm going to take it as an absolute.
If there's even a 1% chance. So, I don't know. They all get back up to the spaceship in this. And again, here's the problem with the movie. While it looks great visually, and, like, the sound design was great and the space stuff was great, you really couldn't, see any sort of scale whatsoever as far as like how big their ship was, how big the alien was, how big the Nostromo was, how big they were.
It just kept getting bigger and bigger. The ship, I thought the ship was like the size of a school bus initially.
Now I'm convinced it's twice the size of our house.
Yeah, exactly.
And I know you're thinking, guys, you're idiots. In that first scene, when it flew up into space, it looked pretty big. It's like, yeah, but then it was, next to the Nostromo for so long, and then I saw her people when they were once we got inside the ship, it felt even smaller.
Yeah.
But they get into the ship, they go up top. Isabella Merced is like almost dead, and she took the injection for some reason. So I kind of thought, oh, you know what they'll do? They'll freeze her cryogenically. They'll put her in the thing, and everyone's like, all right, finally, they're gonna go in the cryo chamber. We're gonna get the classic Ellen Ripley tank top and panties, all white, beautiful classic look. No. We're gonna get boy shorts and a t-shirt.
Yeah.
Huh. That's less cool.
Yeah, I thought it was really cool in the first movie, actually, they did.
I thought it was like one of the most iconic things of all time. Like, it's like that and, what's her name? She's a real D-lister. What's Steven Seagal's ex-wife's name?
Kelly LeBrock.
Kelly LeBrock. Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
That's a pretty classic look, too, isn't it?
Yeah,
Imagine they remake Weird Science and it's just wearing a trench coat. Wow, guys, not the same scene. Oh, look, her hair just as curly. They got the steam behind her. Yeah, but the blue shirt and the red panties were kind of awesome. In this case, they chose for a different look. They're like, what if we give them just normal clothes that are generic and not sexy? It's like, I thought the whole point of making a movie is to have like some, beautiful men and women on the screen doing some beautiful things.
That's what I thought.
Apparently, it's to have some uggos doing some ugly things. So I guess that's the new kind of movie you make.
I don't like that. I don't like that at all.
Then they put her in the cryo chamber, and you're thinking, all right, so what? She gonna like go into the cryo chamber. They'll get to the new planet they're going to, a fucking Alderaan or whatever. They'll get over there, and then when they open up the cryo chamber, they'll all get screwed by the alien. No, we're gonna close it, and then I guess it doesn't. I guess it's not. It's not one of those instant cryo chambers. So for some reason, she's not cryogenically frozen. Immediately, she's just now screaming like, "Ah!"
Yeah, I thought once it's sealed, it just
I don't
immediately gets
know.
cold.
I guess not. Then it goes into the most unnecessary, grossest, and stupidest third act imaginable. Because like I told you, she's pregnant. She's got to be pregnant for a reason. And that rat, I guess, wasn't pregnant, so they didn't know that when you get pregnant and you inject yourself, it actually is like the gestation period is so fast. All of a sudden, now your kid's gonna come out and be this weird 9-foot tall fucking mongoloid baby who's gonna just stare at you and want to sexualize the mother and maybe already reproduce immediately. And it's all disgusting and vulgar and freaky.
It was so disgusting.
Oh, and also, guys, you know what's cool? Right? You know what's pretty? You know what's fucking sick? What if this alien has this weird black gooey breast milk as well? Yeah. How about that?
No, I think it's
what if someone starts lactating randomly in the movie?
I don't like it.
Huh? So
Dude,
Alien.
I couldn't even look at that
you're
thing.
telling me this movie Alien Romulus is a direct sequel to Alien, which means I have the option to watch lactating black alien breast milk, or I can watch Jim Cameron's Aliens. Which the better sequel? What's more fun on a lazy Sunday? What's more fun to throw on? Alien Romulus or Alien Aliens?
I think Alien Aliens would be more fun.
I think so too. And while I don't think that if the movie just ended without the third act, my opinion would be much different, but I can definitely tell you with the third act, with the stupid nonsense that was the third act, where this stupid 11-foot tall being is walking around all awkwardly, where she's going outside in a spacesuit, coming back inside in a spacesuit, going back outside, closing a cargo thing, opening a cargo thing, getting away from it, getting towards it, losing it into space. It's actually now lost in space. Now it is lost in space. Now she's been smacked. Now she's back in the ship. All that stupidity was, what's the word? Oh, yeah. Unnecessary.
And stupid.
And stupid. And dumb. And then the movie was over. Was it good? No. Was it the best part of going to the movie, seeing that movie in particular? Not at all. Was it good? No. Was Isabella Merced good looking in it? Yeah, very much so. That's seems to be a very consistent thing, and I'm all about that part of it. Maybe that's why I subconsciously thought she should be the final girl, because again, this not Millie Bobby Brown. All I could think about was how it wasn't Millie Bobby Brown the whole time. And how at some point I kept thinking someone in some boardroom must have said, hey, how about Millie Bobby Brown instead? But no, again, she was making Damsel.
Yeah. She's too busy.
She was hanging out with John Bon Jovi's son, Jake Bon Jovi, which is actually a worse fate than starring in Alien Romulus, I guess. I guess she must have been a really terrible person in her previous life.
I guess so.
So the movie ends, and I think you heard a slight thank Christ roar throughout the crowd. Everyone, thank God it's over. We can finally see our families again. That time we lost that we'll never get back, at least it's ended and it's stopped. So then we all get up, we all go to leave.
So you guys go to the bathroom.
Yeah, me, Jake, and Mike all go to the bathroom to take a whiz and make fun of the movie. We went in there just immediately tearing it apart, saying how stupid that bitch line was.
But then I'm stuck with Andrew, who's doing this, that towering over everybody thing he likes to do so much. But it's not like his usual, just already he's towering over me kind of thing. It's now he's high, can't really articulate all that well, can't even look at you when you're talking to him. And he also comes across passive aggressive when he's high. It's super uncomfortable.
He's a little rude when he's high.
And we're walking around, and he couldn't figure out how to open up the door to get out of the fucking place. And we're standing outside. I'm trying to make small talk. So he's like, I just gotta sit down. And then we're in the car.
Well, I was trying to be nice because when we first got there, when we were driving there, you were talking about how you hate having a full car of people.
Yeah.
So I was like, oh shit, you know what? Since Jake wasn't hanging out with us Friday, he only showed up Saturday. I'll ride back with Jake. We'll just follow you. Yeah. You can have less people in your car. It'll be great.
Yeah, have the really awkward high guy in the car with you. Oh, yeah, and the other guy.
We said Mike gave you fucking roadhead, so what's the problem? I didn't get any roadhead.
I didn't know that was going to be the case before. I'm complaining about the Andrew.
So I get in the car with Jake. Honestly, phenomenal ride, though. What a ride. What a beautiful ride home. Yeah, we get out of the thing. I'm telling
for the shitty movie.
I tell him just to follow you, so immediately you decide not to use your blinkers. But you already excused yourself. It's because you were being blown by Mike.
And hey, once I realized he was my blinker, man, his blinkers rest of the drive.
Yeah, which is fine.
I didn't let the roadhead get in the way of safety.
Yeah, Mike was like, well, dude, turn left.
Safety first.
Yeah, exactly. That's very, honestly, Mike is, that's why Mike always shows up on time everywhere. You know, Mike always shows up right when you need him to show up on the dot. He's not going to be late because he knows how to use proper turn signals. Then, no, the ride back with Jake was nice, though. He did say he was going to, just do a little quick little little goose and just rear end you for a moment, just a little bump.
Dude, I would have shit my
That's what I said to him. He was
pants.
about to do it. And he's like, "Come on, be funny." Like, oh, it would be hilarious, but he'll just pass out and then ride. Just the car will go off into a ditch and it'll kill all three of them. You know what they say? Okay, single vehicle runoff is the most common cause of a car crash.
But then he did the exact opposite extreme and decided to stay 30 leagues behind me the entire time. So I kept checking back, like, am I going to lose him?
I don't know. Then Mike fucking puts his hand out the window and flips us off. And then he's so rude, he flips us off and then refuses to look back to see if we're flipping him off.
Really? I wasn't paying attention.
Absolute bastard. That's Sly Dog.
That's nuts. You guys got no respect.
We follow you. We drive you guys back home. Like I said, there's no Fiesta. We drive past nothing. Same exact route. Only 2 hours later,
nuts.
inconspicuously, everyone left.
Yeah, thankfully we saw the shortest movie that's ever been released.
Yeah, I know.
But somehow the movie started at 4 and was over by like 6:25, and this Fiesta was over already on a Saturday.
The movie didn't start
Gorgeous
till
day
4:30.
too. It was a gorgeous day.
So they're all gone. The ride back was phenomenal, though. Jake had the moonroof down, had the fucking windows down. It's the sunset. Jake's such a cordial, kind, courteous guy. He pulls out glasses. I'm thinking, gosh, I wish I had my glasses. He's like, oh, by the way, second pair of glasses in the glove. I'm like, wow, what a guy.
Fucking classy.
What a guy. Throw the shades on. We're driving. Phenomenal weather. Phenomenal, just North Jersey, good old times, right? It's a great ride back. And like I said, this is one of those instances where, was the movie that good? No. Was the ride there good? Yeah, was the ride back phenomenal? It really was. So I guess the best time was just the hanging out with friends, the experience, the kindredship, you know? Did you guys sit in the wrong order? Yeah. Did we come back later on and I had a second edible and then had like 4 drinks and kept smoking and then got way too high?
Yeah, and was like that weird, like panicky person the whole time.
Yeah, well, yeah, it was weird. Me and Andrew, it was crazy. Mike, I don't know how I mentioned this whole entire part for 40 minutes without mentioning. Mike was supposed to take an edible as well.
Yeah.
He talked all Friday long how he would do it with us. He's like, you know what? I'll do half. So I said, okay, and I preemptively cut every edible in half because I thought, you know what? Instead of making me like a little bitch have to bite into it, let's cut it. We'll all take halves. Me and Andrew just pop 2 halves. No one will be none the wiser. But no, I cut it in half for no reason. Mike doesn't want one, which is fine. I get it. All right. You don't want to be. You didn't want one either. You pussied out too. You're like, I don't want to get high and have body horror.
Dude, I couldn't handle that movie sober. I would have fucking passed out towards some of those scenes. It got gross.
Well, you're not as cool as us, I guess.
I'm not. That's why I sat by myself, basically.
So then, me and Andrew came back and we both saw the devil. Except we're in very different ways.
And jerk off Mike starts showing videos of essentially the intersect to Andrew, who's already seeing fucking demons and everything else, and he's like, "Look at this mental programming."
I don't know, Andrew. I think Andrew got hit first, and for longer because Andrew first went into the office and sat there for like an hour by himself in the dark. Then he sat on the couch for like an hour, but then when we all came from the bar to the couch, he went over to the bar and sat by the fridge hugging it for an hour. And he somehow broke it because 2 days later, inexplicably, the fridge, which has been working for the last 10 years, just doesn't work at all anymore.
Yeah, now it's set to 63 degrees.
And also, didn't he like pull out a pizza and drop the whole pizza on the floor?
Yeah. This
guy's an absolute animal. What a stooge.
Sloppy this weekend.
He was, which is so weird. 'Cause none of my friends are dirty. They're usually very nice, clean guys. But for some reason, this one was the messiest of messy.
You want to know why? Because we were supposed to go Friday night.
Andrew was pissed.
Because the plan was Mike's going to drive everybody, Rob. You can relax about it. Like, you sure?
Yeah, but then you didn't want to take the edible anymore, so you now have to drive. That's the penalty.
But I didn't know, so I come home, I start drinking.
You have 2 sips of a beer. You're such a bum.
Yeah, well, you have 2 sips. You have to have the whole fucking thing. Who has 2
All right,
sips of
fucking,
beer?
I said Mike was going to drive, so I said, okay, you know what? Me and Andrew get to drink. He's like, I want to drink. And I'm like, well, Rob's not doing the edible. Fuck it, he can drive.
So
and also, Mike seems to do the edible.
You know what? All I can say is it's not about the destination, it's about the journey.
No, all I can say is that Andrew comes back, has his first hour in the office, second hour on the couch, third hour at the fridge, making sure he's just, he might have. Making sure he's nowhere near anyone. That's the route he chose. I instead chose to just I just chose to sweat profusely. That's how I decided to handle it. Andrew was having this weird, internal monologue going around sightseeing the house. I was like, what if I just sit right here and sweat my entire body weight out of my system? What if I just literally melt away right here? So I chose to do that. I also became super photosensitive to all light, where we just went from we went from being in a basement to being in an actual dungeon.
It was nuts.
I needed the fans on max. I needed I lowered the TV brightness. I lowered everyone's. Jake had the audacity to show me his Tinder. I felt like a fucking vampire when he turned the light to me. Okay. It was like the scene in Step Brothers when only John C. Reilly screams when the light gets turned on when he's wearing the night vision.
Yeah.
That's how I felt. I lowered his brightness. Mike, 10 seconds later, like it's a goddamn comedy act. It's the same fucking thing. I'm like, I scream again, turn your brightness on. I can't handle this right now. And I sat there for about an hour, not being able to process anything.
That's nuts.
And I sweat. Got up. I had literally the slightest momentum boost of like, I can feel my body again. So I left at the opportunity, ran to the bathroom, washed my face, and I was like, all right, I'm gonna go play Valorant right now and get my mind off. And I suddenly was no longer high at all. It's pretty fun.
Yeah, and then when you were doing that, and he was in the fridge, dude, he collapsed on the floor, and the chest burst out of his
Exactly.
chest, and said, "Hello, my baby.
Hello, my darling.
Hello, my ragtime girl."
Aliens is a classic, okay? Get away from her, you bitch. I believe the line is stay away from her, you bitch. It's film class, right?